Hello everyone. In the today's session, we will discuss about the some example of the programs based on the loops, so that you can understand much better about the loop concept and how you can implement the loop concept in the programmings. So now let me start with first what are the topics we will cover up in this session. See about the topics related to the loop statements. There are various types of loop statements in Java. First, like simple for loop, then for each or the enhanced for loop, then labeled for loop, and then while loop, and last do while loop. So these type of control statement related to the loop is supported by the Java, and the objective of these loop or the loop construct that you can eliminate the repetition. So with the help of these loop statement, you can write the instruction at once and then you will execute multiple times. Simple example I want to discuss right now, like if suppose you want to print a number, then you can write simply like system.out.println and that number. But suppose if you want to print the number from 1 to 100, in that case either you can write, if you don't know about the loops, so you can write the print statement 100 times, or if you know about the loop construct or the concept of the loop, then you can write at once print statement at once, and that statement will you will execute 100 times. Okay, now let's see. We will start with the first simple for loop. Simple for loop. A simple for loop is the same as C, C++. We can initialize the variable, check the condition, and increment or decrement value. It consists of 4 parts. First one, initialization. Second, condition. Then increment or decrement, and last, statements. So initialize, it is the initial condition which is execute once when the loop start. Means in the initialization option you can start when the loop will start. The first time it will check for the execution. Then condition, it is the second condition which is execute each time to test the condition of the loop. It continue execution until the condition is false. Simple meaning, suppose you want to print the number from 1 to 10, so the condition like I less than equal to 10. If the value of I equal to 2, it will continue. If the value of I equal to 10, it will continue. But when the value of I equal to 11, then 11 is not less than equal to 10. So the control will be exit from the loop. This is the second condition. Last one, increment or decrement. How you will increase the value of the variable for the next loop, or how either, or you can use decrement operator. So it is increments or the decrements the variable values, and the last is the statements. The statement of the loop is executed each time until the second condition is false. Let's see the example so you can understand much better. we have to write the code using the basic template, that is public class is the keyword and the name of the class. Then inside the class, main method, public static void main, and inside the main method you can write the code that you will execute. So class and the main method is the by default or the basic template that is configured in the compiler. So what is the actual code here? The loop is for loop. For, see here the three parameters we have passed here. Integer int, this is the data type of variable, means what type of value you can store in the I, that is integer, and I equal to 1. So the first condition is initialization, it will start from 1, this is the initialization. The second one is I less than equal to 10, means it will execute for I equal to 1, I equal to 2, I equal to 3 till I equal to 10, and I plus plus, this is the increment value, it will increase the value of I. Then the value of I, it will execute the statement, it will check 1 is less than equal to 10, yes, then it will control will transfer inside system.out.println I, it will print the value of I, that is 1, and then value of I will be increase, that is 2. Now 2 is less than equal to 10, yes, again control will transfer and the statement will execute. So likewise it will execute 10 times, 1, 2, 3 up to 10. Again the value of I is increased, that is 11. Now it will check 11 is less than equal to 10, no, it's a false. So your control will exit from the loop. This is the simple for loop program. If you don't use the loop construct, so you can write the same statement 10 times to print the number from 1 to 10. This is the advantage of the loop. I hope it is clear to everyone. Now we will move to the next thing. Loop, nested for loop. If we have a for loop inside the another loop, it's known as the nested for loop. The inner loop execute completely whenever outer loop execute, means inner loop will be dependent on outer loop. See the example so you can understand much better. First one is the class, you have to create the class, and inside that class you can use the main method. Now inside the main method you can type the actual code which you will execute. So see here, what is this? For integer I equal to 1 and I less than equal to 3, then I plus plus. This is the first for loop. Inside the first for loop we can use here, we can write here another for loop, that is, and these are j equal to 1 and less than equal to 3 and j plus plus. And now we have to print the value of I space j. So it will print 1, 2, 3 like that, 1, 2, 3 like that. So loop inside the another loop, that is known as nested loop. We can also relate with simple like that. If you have to specify the condition inside the condition, multiple check point like that, here you can also use the loop inside the loop. Okay, now we will proceed to the next. Loop for each loop, or that is enhanced for loop. The for each loop is used to traverse array or the collection in Java. It's easier to use than simple for loop because we don't need to increment value and use the subscription notation. It works on the basis of element and not the index. It returns the element one by one in the defined variable. Let's see the example so you will understand much better. Public class for each example, name of the class, then main method, public static void main, string array and args. Inside the main method we have the clear one array, and now the question is, what is array? Array is basically a collection of element or similar data type. That means array is basically a collection of the variables or the values whose data types are same. So it is basically a collection of elements. Now how you can refer each and every element of this array? For that point of view, for this is, you can use the for each loop. The syntax is little bit different. See here, the for is the keyword, the for loop. Now the type of data type, that is int, name of the variable I, colon, name of the collection, that is ARR, array. So I will be traverse or access each and every element of that array. See here, system.out.println and I. It will print 12, then 23, then 44, then 56, then 78. The for each loop is basically we can use on collection to access each and every element of collection. That is traversing concept. I hope it is clear to everyone. And this is the main difference between the simple for loop and the for each loop. For each loop is work on collection. And simple for loop, it will work on, like you have to define how many number of times the statement will or set of code will execute, like variable int I equal to 1 to 10. Okay, now let me explain the next thing. So proceed to the next. While loop. While loop is used to iterate a part of the program repeatedly until the specified Boolean condition is true. As soon as the Boolean condition become false, the loop automatically stops. Let me explain with the example so you can understand much better. See here, public class, name of the class, while example, inside the class a main method, that is public static void main, a string array, and then arg. As usual, we can use the things in initialization, then condition, then increment or decrement. The same concept here. First we have to initialize it, like integer I equal to 1. So it will start from 1, and then the condition, that is the termination condition, the while I is less than equal to 10. And inside it, I can use here the increment I plus plus. So and the statement is system.out.println I. It will print the number from 1 to 10. When the value of I equal to 11, the condition is false. 11 is not less than equal to 10, so control will not go to inside the loop and your control will exit from the loop. So this is another way you can use while loop for eliminating the repetition. I hope it's clear to everyone. Now we will move to the next thing. Do while loop. The Java do while loop is used to iterate a part of the program repeatedly until the specified condition is true. If the number of iteration is not fixed, and you must have to execute the loop at least once, it is recommended to use do while loop. So here the noted point, that is, if you don't know about how many times of loop will be execute, the first thing, and the next, you must execute the loop statement at once. See the example. Public class do while example, name of the class. Inside the class, public static void main, a string array args. Now initialize the value integer I equal to 1, then do. Inside this loop we have to use system.out.println I. We can print the value of y, then I plus plus increase the value, and last while along with the condition I is less than equal to 10. So at least without checking the condition it will execute the statement, and at the last end of the point it will test the condition. So the main difference between while loop and the do while, in case of the while, first it will check the condition, then it will execute the statement. But in case of the do while, it will execute first and then it will check the condition. So these are the loop construct we have discussed with you. First one is the simple for loop, then nested for loop, then for each loop, and then we have discussed about the while loop, and at last this is do while loop. And the objective for loop construct, that is, you can execute the set of code more than one times, or we can say the multiple times. I hope it is clear to everyone. Thank you for the today's session.